And welcome back to part 5 of What If Goku Landed on a Lookout and was adopted by Kami. A little bit of house cleaning. This actually didn't get brought up. I figured I'd address it. The Z Fighters are still around, Yamcha and Krillin. Really just Yamcha and Krillin. And they're still training. I could have brought them up to the lookout, but at this point, Tien and Goku have kind of so surpassed them that they just know that they're probably not going to be able to help that much. Although, I think they still tell them to train. In fact, I'll retcon it right now. They still bring them up to the lookout to train. And they probably get a good bit of training in. I'll say Krillin's at 2,500. Yamcha's hitting about an 1,800. Just ran that up. So I should have brought that up. It makes sense they would have been brought up train, but obviously Tien and Goku are just leagues beyond them. But now this is the other one, and this actually isn't directed towards this one. This is directed in general because I see all the comments. I've been seeing someone, and it's the same person, going around in all my videos and what ifs that I'm watching where Gohan doesn't get any screen time or gets very little screen time or even doesn't exist, saying, this guy doesn't like Gohan. Oh, this guy doesn't like Gohan. Look, there have been actually plenty of what ifs I've done where Gohan does get screen time. In fact, there have been ones where he is the focal point of the what if that I've done. Look at my older ones and you'll find those. So just because Gohan doesn't get any screen time doesn't mean I hate Gohan. It means that in the way I see the story's what if playing out, it doesn't ultimately give Gohan any avenue to grow or turn into the Gohan we know or something greater. And unfortunately that's the case, particularly in scenarios where he doesn't get kidnapped by Piccolo, because that was a big turning point of his character when that happened. So if that doesn't happen, I'm now just trying to force ways for Gohan to be turned into Gohan. And for people to say, well, you can do this, you can do... No, I can't necessarily do that, because that's not a logical way, in my mind, the story goes. That's just you wanting that to happen. And now I'm not doing a what if. Now I'm just doing verbal fan fiction. Legitimately. This technically is, but I'm only doing it based on one focal change. And then where it spirals from there. And another person says, well, you're wrong because this, and this, and this. And it's like, that wasn't me being wrong. That was me just being my opinion and you doing the exact same. So, look, I don't point these people out in the comment sections. I don't, because that's douchey. I'm not going to, unless someone's like spamming considerably, I will name that person out and be like, don't do that. You're ruining it for everyone else. But yeah, when people kind of get those kind of comments, I'm like, okay, I do need to address what you're saying, because what you're saying is stupid. So, look, I might sound like as a pompous superior ass for saying that, but look, if you're gonna be honest and voice your disdain, understand that I will either understand where you're coming from or call you out. In this case, I'm calling you out. Like, pay attention to what's going on. You'll understand, at least from the way the story's played out, and it makes sense that Gohan either isn't born, or doesn't get the screen time that he should get. In this case, he wasn't born. Now, I don't believe anyone was commenting about that in this video. I'm sure that person will come around to this video and comment on that. So, for that person who did, there you go. So, we're up to a minute and a half, 3.5 minutes now, and I haven't even gotten to the what if. So, we left off with the Z Fighters now, and Goku and Tien, basically waiting for the Saiyans to arrive, and they ultimately do arrive. They meet up with them in the location that they show up in. It's now Nappa, Raditz, and Vegeta. Now, they aren't there for the Dragon Balls, because the Dragon Balls have never been brought up. What they are there for, though, I'm trying to figure out how I was trying to phrase that sentence. What they are there for, no. What they are there for is, I think what I was trying to say. What they are there for is actually to see this individual, to see the person that blew up, that had that power rating over 21,000. Now, this is due to the fact that scouters can record what other scouters have seen. Add on to Rad basically saying that his brother Kakarot, a low-class Saiyan warrior, has power greater than him. Does give Vegeta a moment to pause and ponder, be like, "You're joking, right? So you must be the other two Saiyans he spoke of." "That's right, Kakarot. It's I. I'm Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. This is Nappa, my elite associate. And you've already met your worthless brother, who did get a bit of a shit kicking when his shit kicked in when he fought Goku. So he did get a bit of his Zenkai, nothing serious. It's maybe 2000. So he has a I don't know who this Kakarot. You keep calling me Kakarot. Was that my birth name? Even if that was my name. My name's Goku. It's like Goku. What a foolish name. Anyway, we came here to see the warrior that caused Raditz' scouter to go kaboom. that overtaxed Raditz' scouter. But to be honest, you don't look like much, Kakarot. Yeah, their power levels aren't much, Vegeta. Those readings are foolish. They're hiding their power levels. Yeah, but if your powers are as impressive as he says, then you must be quite the formidable fighter, Kakarot. Why should we fight? You should be joining us. And your friend there. I'm guessing your friend's there are quite powerful too, but probably well beyond that of an average Frieza scout. Together we might be able to do it. We might be able to overthrow Frieza himself. Under my rulership, of course. We can re-establish the Saiyan race. And Goku's just looking at it and saying, yeah, I'm not really interested in that. The Saiyans had their chance, and unfortunately, what happened happened. We should actually consider ourselves lucky we were able to make it out of there alive. I see. How foolish. Foolish of you. But it's your decision if you wish to die. And then Tien is like, yeah. It's like, back off, shorty. Someone thinks they're really tough. Someone thinks they're tough. In case you haven't noticed, Goku and I are way beyond you. It's like, well, Raditz's scouter might have said one truth. The truth is, there's no way you could have surpassed someone like me in power. Most likely, the scouter was on the fritz. The scouter couldn't handle the immediate output, so it started malfunctioning. Because I would see Vegeta as someone who's just making excuses here, because he doesn't want to believe it. So tell you what, Raditz, why don't you stay back? Obviously, you can't handle your brother. Nappa, you can have the tall blonde, the blonde. You can have the bald one. I'll take Kakarot. All right, Vegeta. This is gonna be fun. Just know you asked for this. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. And then he disappears. And they clash, and immediately Goku's taking the advantage because 16,000 to 45,000, Goku's more than twice as strong as him. He's nearly 3 times as strong as he is. And it's just, and Vegeta's just. Meanwhile, Tien's beating the crap out of Nappa. They're not trying to kill him, obviously, if they can help it, but they are beating the crap out of him. Meanwhile, Chaozu's looking for the lookout. She's like, it'll be all right. The Saiyans are powerful, but Tien and Goku clearly have them outmatched. And it looks like Krillin and Yamcha will be able to keep Raditz in check too. And say, damn it all, I warned him not to do that. Saying, you better not be thinking about trying anything, Raditz. They're not the only ones who have improved. And Raditz probably got a new scouter. Maybe they had an extra one. And he's reading, like, sure enough, it's like 18,000 to 2,500. My power may have increased from that last fight, but I couldn't take them both on. I'd even struggle with the weak ones. And it's like, yeah, don't try anything foolish. Why don't you let your friends get their butts kicked? And meanwhile, Nappa is immediately down on the ground. You are making me so mad! And just, bah! He just fires up the mouth cannon, but Tien just. Does a Kenpachi, just if you remember that fight in Bleach where Neochara fired in Sarah, Kamashi just he just Meanwhile, Vegeta is just absolutely livid. He's at full power, and he's just I'll kill you. That's it. I will kill you all! And got it, God? Vegeta, what are you doing? I'm wasting this planet! Fire! Just fires the Galacon. Now, there should be note about, like, the increase of power that, like, the Kamehameha the Galacon gives. The Gallic Gun clearly gets a pretty big boost because Goku, even at times 3, Kaioken with his Kamehameha firing, wasn't enough to hold it back. He had to go to times 4. Now, the Daizenshuu does say his power level hit 40,000 at that marker. So, and we know that Kaioken is a multiplier. So, actually, we can get a gauge, a kind of multiplier on what a Kamehameha and where Vegeta's power level probably was. So, at times 3, Goku's power would have been at 24,000. That means, and at times 4, it would have been at 32,000, which means that it added, pretty much Goku's power was able to double his power with the Kamehameha based on his base power. And that does make sense because Goku's basically firing the base amount of his ki out at the attack. And that itself isn't getting multiplied. It's more getting added on to the multiplier. So that actually does add up in my mind. So it's, and I believe, I don't think there's a Daizenshuu on the Gallic Gun, but that, the Gallic Gun hit, I think, I once saw something that said it hit about 35,000, and that would actually make sense. That's why he was still overpowering the Kamehameha. Goku here, that means that Goku, when he actually just putting all of his might into his Kamehameha, can double his ki output if he needs to. Of course, that being said, Goku doesn't even need to use a serious Kamehameha because he's already still, even if Vegeta hits 35,000, he still has 10,000 over. He's basically hit Tien's power level at this point. That means Tien would still probably be able to beat him, that Gallic Gun. So Goku just Kamehameha, and they clash, and immediately just and he's no, and Energy's like and Goku just heads back up there. Are we done here, Vegeta? We don't have to be fighting anymore. I think you fool, you think you can make a fool of me? But you forget, we Saiyans have a little trick at Kakarot. We can turn into the mighty Ozaru. Ozaru? You mean that monkey form? Yeah, you know I have a tail, right? It's like I can do that too. So why do you think that would help you? Because unlike some fool like you, they just starts going. I can actually control my Ozaru form. The creature is here. And Goku's just like, well, I mean, that's impressive. It took me a long time to even get half as good as that. What? And he just, comes down and says, you think you're stronger than me, Kakarot? And then just Goku just Ikari's it up, just yeah, I've kind of gone beyond. I've kind of figured out something past that, and then just flips Vegeta over, just again proceeds to beat the ever-living crap out of him. At this point, Nappa and Radz are just staring on in shock, awe, and horror. Just meanwhile, Tien's like, man, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to catch up to him. But that's what makes him such a good rival. Gives me something to aim for. Just, they're just looking on. Even Tien and Yamcha are like, whoa, his powers is nuts. And ultimately just like takes his tail off. I'm warning you now, Vegeta. I'm taking your tail. I didn't think that I took your tail off on a whim. I didn't think that'd actually to revert you back to your 8th form. Oh man, I wonder if I took my tail off, that'd do the same. I wouldn't want to find out though. And he just, dishes the tail. And he looks at the air and like, what about you? You want to try and... No. No, we're good, Kakarot, we're good. You bastard, Kakarot. Vegeta's enraged. Just boom. Boom. Just grunting. That's enough, Vegeta. I want peace. I don't like hurting things, but I won't hesitate to kill you if you threaten this world. This is my home. These are my friends. I won't allow that to happen, no matter what. Now, last chance, and he just throws him by his ship along near Radz, or throws him by Radz and Nappa, who would take him to ships. Leave now, and never come back. He's like, get off me! He's in at least better shape than he was in the original, so he can at least kind of move on. He's like, calls the ships. He's like, we're leaving, but don't think this is over, Kakarot. It's not. You hear me? And he flies out. Like, what? Aren't you gonna take him out? He said he'd be back. Yeah, but I'll admit there's something about him. I kind of liked fighting him. Might want to fight him again if he ever gets stronger. Anyway, everyone all right? Yeah, woo! This is awesome. Yeah. We're good. That was amazing. I never knew you were that strong, Goku. Going back to my abridged and stick cannon curling voice. Oh, yeah, I learned that trick a while back. Man, Kami and Chaozu are looking up at or looking down at the everything, well, that's it. So, it's like, Kami, I've been thinking about it. About the proposition you made all those years ago. It's like, oh, what is it? Oh, have you come to your conclusion? I'm not ready yet, but I have decided I don't think I'm cut out for the martial arts. That at this point, the threats just becoming too great, and I can't keep up. And I don't like fighting that much too. You're right. You're right. I feel like I might be able to do more and more. So, I wish to become your guardian or apprentice guardian or guardian apprentice. I think that's the actual name. So I can't remember. Guardian apprentice. It's very well then. Very well then. It will take a couple. I still got a few more years of life left in me. Don't worry. It won't be. But when the time comes, I'll let you know, Chaozu. Till then, we'll slowly make the arrangements. And so there's peace again in the Dragon Ball Earth for now. Now, someone did bring up a point that Yamcha apparently was playing the field with women in the canon of the manga. I don't remember that, but to be fair, I don't actually remember reading the manga. So if he was, him and Bulma breaking up is a possibility. Is actually a very strong possibility. And, Goku spends a lot of time now more on Earth than he does on the Lookout. Obviously, he still lives on the Lookout, but he'll sleep over at Caps Corp or something like that. And, I mean, that at Yamcha, and I think Yamcha and Bulma do break up a little later on. And I do think that she and Goku do develop a bit of a flirtatious attitude towards each other. More so Bulma towards Goku, but Goku's actually not blind to this. She can tell she is somewhat into him, and he does find her an attractive female and, a fiery woman. So, could that lead to something? Maybe, but we do still have Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz out in the universe. Speaking of which, they all arrive back to, the place where they were getting looked at. Nappa does get a bit of a Zenkai. Now, I always say that Nappa's full power is probably around 7,500. The reason for that is we know he powered up against Goku, whose power level was 8,000. And while Goku was still beating him, he did start to edge out Goku a bit more. And that would make sense. And I don't know where I saw that, the idea that his power level was actually that. But it would make sense because we know that Vegeta's power level starts at 16, but his full base power at that point was 18. So it makes sense that they would actually come suppressed. Either way, I would say that Nappa probably only gets maybe it goes to 9,000 because he didn't get anywhere near as badly wrecked as say Vegeta did, and Vegeta goes up to his canon 24,000. Meanwhile, Raditz and Nappa do still have their tails though, so that's a big difference right there. That's a big change here. So technically speaking, when it comes down to it, if it came down to it, Nappa's the strongest of the three right now. And they're busy and they're trying to figure out what do they do, what happened, how can they get revenge. And I usually play a little loosey-goosey around here. Maybe Frieza's heard of the Dragon Balls at this point, and we know that's what happened here because of Vegeta going to Earth for them. But here, I don't feel like that's going to be the case, at least not in this scenario. But what does get brought up is the fact that they did go to Earth. And they are called to Frieza. It's like, oh, Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, how are you? You're seeming well after your little excursion. Tell me, what exactly did happen on this Earth for some of my better warriors to be completely thrashed? And this is Vegeta being like, revenge is sweet, Kakarot, because he's the only Saiyan on Earth. It would have been nice, but to recruit him, but he wants his revenge, and this Vegeta is definitely a lot more manipulative and kind of say, "There's another Saiyan, Lord Frieza, on Earth. He was strong enough to take down my Uzaru form without so much as a hesitation." It's like, really, a Saiyan strong enough to take down your Uzaru form? You say your great ape form, and that's the thing when you actually break it down. Vegeta, again, when you think about the Uzaru form and all that, Vegeta actually is the strongest warrior Frieza had. He's stronger than Ginyu in his Uzaru form by a great margin. So, by a big margin, actually. So, yeah, think about that. Vegeta's actually the strongest he had. And Frieza's actually probably aware of this fact, but he's also aware that he'd still be able to take Vegeta down, no problem. Really? Tell me more. A Saiyan whose power was able to... I don't know. I would like the hopeful in me would think he is a Super Saiyan Lord, but even I'm not stupid enough to believe in that legend. As well, you shouldn't, Vegeta. But no, tell me more of this Earth and its warriors. And so Frieza gets an interest in Earth, and this in turn actually causes King Kai to be like, Kami, Kami! It's like, what is it, Lord? What is it, King Kai? It's been a while since I've heard from you, old friend. Yes, good to talk to you too. Where's Goku? Where are your warriors? Well, there's something very bad happening. What do you mean? It's Frieza. He's coming to Earth. Vegeta, now on Red's read him out about the Earth and the warriors. Told him about Goku and everything he did. He's coming. And you know, King Kai relays information about Frieza, and Kai's like, oh dear. You know, Chaozu and Tien are out there. Kai's like, Tien, or Popo, get the carpet. We need Goku. We need to get Goku now. And so they go. Goku's at Capsule Corp, and again flirting with Bulma. And Bulma's just, oh, that'd be really, that'd be nice. Oh, you know what else would be nice? Is kind of like leaning in for a little kiss, and just like, and Goku's almost like kind of see where it's going. Say, oh, is this going? I think it's like, oh, Goku, oh, it's you. So she's like, cock blocking son of a. It's like, oh, and even Goku's like, whew. I'm a little in a mood right now. This better be good. Kami requires your presence, Goku. Can you wait? I'm afraid not. It's the fate of the Earth is at stake, Goku. We can continue this in our time. Bulma's like, right, we better. It's yep. It's like, bye. It's like, bye. And now she's like flustered. She's like, It's like, Kami, what's it? And then he relays the information about Frieza. It's like, even you in your Akari form right now would not be able to handle him. It's like, you're joking. It's like, really? He's that strong? It's like, yes. And and then King Kai's like, that's right, Goku. He is that strong. Who is this? It's King Kai. This is King Kai. While I am the guardian of the Earth, Goku, he is the watchful guardian of this sector of the galaxy. And he felt it imperative to warn us about the incoming arrival. Tell me, King Kai, how long do we have before he gets here? My best guess? Because remember, Frieza has a bigger ship with bigger engines. It would still probably take a good while, though. Especially from wherever they might be in the galaxy. Because it took Vegeta a whole year to get to Earth. I'm guessing it's going to not take them as my guess, 6 months, max. I see. So are you thinking about doing what you're thinking what you're thinking about doing? That's right. Bring him over. I think I might have some. I might be able to teach him some something that can help. And so very well, Goku. King Kai is offered to train you. It's like, really, train me? Awesome. I was like, very well. Take my hand and we'll arrange it. And then remember King Kai, we only have 6 months. We'll aim for about 4 months, and then we'll bring you back after in the 2 months, just to be safe. Very well. And so Goku, they go to the other world. You're gonna have to cross Snake Way. It's gonna take a while. And Goku just blitzes because he's already fast enough to make it there, no problem whatsoever. It's like, well, that was quick. It's like, yeah, all right, King Kai. And it's like, wow, the gravity here, it feels a bit different than Earth. It's like, yes, it's 10 times that of Earth, same as your home planet, and in the hyperbolic time chamber that Kami described. Oh, sweet. And because Goku doesn't really need to be training with Gregory or Bubbles, he can just get down to the actual training. Now, we're going to leave it there, but I will say, the other Z Fighters aren't going to be left behind either. It's like, we need to train too. It's like, well, there's a hyperbolic time chamber. I can't go in there, but Chaozu can go in there one more time. I'll probably use the pendulum room as well as train on my own for a little bit with Chaozu when I can. It's like, very well then. And so their training for Frieza begins. That is where we're going to leave part 5. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. And I'll see you folks next time. I still got to do what I think is going to be the last of the Naruto what-ifs. So keep your eyes out for that. Part 17 coming up in a little bit.